It's Sunday and we're live with the All Balls channel. Great two match days of football, a third one coming up. But first, our guests, Sandesh with us, Abdullah and Eddie. Guys, how's it going?
It's been
What's up,
great, man.
man?
How's
All
it
good?
with you?
Good.
I I just want to tell
Absolutely
you that
elated to be
Eddie
here.
is yes, Eddie. Thank you. I was going to just describe Eddie to all of you guys. Samkit is Eddie. He is a cartoon. Abdullah is a very down to earth Arsenal fan, and Sandesh,
Oh,
on the other hand, he is our artist who collaborates with us and does all our digital work. So Sandesh, thank you for that, guys. Euro fever is on, but before we go into the last match day, I want to talk about yesterday. Starting with you, Abdullah, the Germans taking the Portuguese to the cleaners.
match of the tournament, man. I mean, I had a dinner party over in my house, and a few women and even a few men who usually don't watch football, they saw that game, and I was just thinking to myself that if they're gonna judge Euros by that game, then they're in for a shock. Because to be honest, international tournaments usually are very drab. A lot of the fixtures, but boy, oh boy, man, that game was just intense. Because we are spoiled with club football, and the amount of intensity and the entertainment each game brings. And Germany versus Portugal definitely lived up to the hype. People who wrote Germany off, myself included, well, I think they're not going to go down without a fight. So, group of death also living up to the billing. So, yeah.
I mean, they see that game and then they realize you have to see England play later, but
Oof,
we'll get
oof.
to that. Eddie,
No,
Hungary
that's gonna be
getting a
boring.
point versus
Oh
France.
God,
Yes,
that
Eddie,
was incredible.
Hungary getting a
In fact,
point versus France.
I was just gonna talk about the previous game, the what Ronaldo did. I mean, that sprint at 36 years old, that was incredible. I was just like in awe. The counter attack was brilliant. And at one point in time, I was just like, all right, Germany's gone out and about, and then they just come back in and just blow the Portuguese away. I mean, yeah, as I said, I mean, including me, and I wrote Germany off, but I'm guessing that yeah, they're back. They're back in the running.
And the other game, Sandesh, we had Hungary get a point of France since Eddie has rejected my question thrice and refused to answer it.
मेरे को
I am
बोलना ही
going
नहीं
to
था
ask
मेरे
Sandesh.
को रोनाल्डो के बारे में बात करनी थी
Well, that game was actually, it was shocking. And I was surprised how good Hungary defended. They structured they didn't allow any space. And even the goal they conceded was a mistake by the defender. They allowed the ball to bounce. He should have cleared it in the first time. But Mbappe's pace allowed him to get back there and they scored. And even people forget against Portugal, they were defensively extremely good until the last minute where they lost their head, lost their concentration. And that's when they conceded 3 goals. So I won't be surprised if Germany gives a disappointment against Hungary because of their defensive
Hmm.
structure.
Interesting. But while that group is not decided yet, we move on to Group A and today's games. Eddie, coming back to you, Italy already qualified. They might not play a full strength lineup, but for the future of the tournament, do you think that they have a chance?
To win the tournament, I don't think so. I mean, considering that I mean, I know they've won. I mean, about 29 games in a row or something, and but I still think that the likes of France, etc., a bit, a bit stronger than them. I don't. I mean, I don't see them going all the way, but yeah, I mean, I still see them going till the latter half of the tournament, like a semi-finals or something like that.
And they're playing a
Yeah.
hungry Wales side, Abdullah, with a Gareth Bale who's in top form, a Dan James who refuses to stop running while he crosses the ball once in 10 times. But the Italians are also going to be without Chiellini, who's injured. They might want to rest him since they've already qualified. But will they rest so many players, and will that play to the advantage of Wales, or will they want the momentum to go on since they have a couple of days?
I think they should just like carry on with the momentum. And Mancini actually today compared Wales to Stoke City. That's just what I read recently. He said Stoke have a very tough style of play. They were a tough nut to crack. And it will be a very difficult match. He's speaking about the Wales game from a physical perspective because they are a powerful side, including players like Joe Allen, Gareth Bale, and Daniel James. So clearly, shots fired from the Italian manager. And I think Wales have a lot to play for over here because, I mean, they can. they still possibly finish second because the goal difference for Switzerland is like -3 right now. But Italy need to carry on this momentum. They are the perennial underdogs for the longest time in international tournaments, and nobody's expecting them to take the title. But for them to have a nice deep run, they cannot slip up at all. So it's going to be an exciting game. Let's see if Italy can actually, pull these kind of performances through for how long rather. So yeah, should be a good watch.
And Sandesh, I'm going to come to you for the Wales team. While they will be desperate for these 3 points,
Yeah.
to qualify. But then again, do the Italians want to break momentum? Do they want to get a loss in the tournament considering they've done so well? So, the same thing, the second string side or a first full strength side.
I saw a report somewhere saying that there's going to be a lot of rotation in Italian side already. So probably they're going to give chance for players like Chiesa, who is actually talented, and it's time for him to shine because he didn't get any minutes in the first. He didn't get maximum minutes in the first 2 games, and Wales might go all in, all guns blazing. I expect Dan James to run a lot because Chiellini and Bonucci are not the fastest. So his pace is going to cause some trouble to the defenders. But I don't know. I think this might be a boring draw. It's written all over, considering if they do a lot of changes to the Italian side so that they give new players some chances.
And in the interest of not keeping Eddie the Samkit quiet for too long, I'm going to come back to you with your prediction. What is your prediction for this game?
I think it's. I mean, to be honest, I think Wales is also going to rest a few players because the thing is that I realize it's a big game for them, but they have qualified. I mean, they haven't yet, but I think that they will because they need 1 point for qualification. And even if they lose, the fact that because they've got 4 points, the chances of them qualifying because the top 4 teams of the remaining qualifiers is a bit higher. The chances of them resting a few players is also high. I think this is going to be a 2-0 or 2-0 to Italy. I don't see
merchandise on the line.
Wales. Oh, you do 2-0 to Italy, 100%.
Good. I'm going to take it from your house.
I don't see Wales scoring. Sorry.
I'm going to come and take that merchandise from your house if this prediction goes wrong. But moving to Abdullah.
Done.
Yeah, man.
Abdullah.
The prediction for the game?
Yes.
I think yesterday's game has just uncocked the unexpected nature of footballing tournaments. So I'm going to go for an exciting 2-all draw because I'm done with boring games of this tournament. Love having football on television every night, but some of these games have been such a snooze fest. And I think last night's game actually brought some life into the tournament. And I think Sandesh, right? Yeah, Sandesh made a very good point wherein Wales have a lot of runners and Italy's defense is slow as hell. So I think we should be expecting some really good, energetic performance from the Wales side. And Italy also on the counter, they are blistering at times. So fingers crossed, I'm going for a goal fest with a 2-all draw.
And Sandesh.
Same. Even I feel it's going to be either a 1-1 draw or a 2-all draw. I don't see clean sheet. I hope it's not a 0-0 draw. It's going to be boring. So I hope Gareth Bale and Ramsey link up, create some magic like what they did against Turkey, and Insane and Immobile on the other side do the same. So yeah, if Italy do a lot of changes, I don't see them winning. But if they play their first team, that's when I see, okay, fine, Italy can get a win. But since the reports are suggesting there's a lot of changes happening, I see a draw, 2-2 draw.
But also we are actually expecting a lot from Wales because Donnarumma has conceded only 2 goals in close to 30 games or some ridiculous stat like that. So
yeah, I think they've got like 10 clean sheets in a row or something.
They've not conceded more than 1 goal in a game was the stat I saw.
More than 1 game,
So,
one goal
in a game, yeah.
That's ridiculous. And but yeah, let's hope, man. Let's hope for a good game. Let's hope for a good round off to the group stages.
And also, the Italians are not playing their Italian way, that is defensive way. Mancini is playing them with a proper attacking style of way also. Credit to Mancini. He's doing a great job with the Italian team where no one saw them coming.
Absolutely.
So we have a call with him later on today and we will definitely pass on your message. But coming to now the second game, and So I put up an Instagram post on the page, and I had to put up a poll, and it actually read Swiss Turkey. So is that going to be the case? Because Turkey was supposed to be dark horses. I don't see them anywhere close. They've not performed, to their expectation or whatever it is, but they've just been poor. And the Swiss have been good, if not decent enough. So Abdullah, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I think Turkey has let everyone down with their a lot of people rated Turkey as the underdogs, at least like to go to the quarters and whatnot. Swiss have kind of always been that side, and like you said, Swiss have performed decently well. They have some exciting young talent also in their side. But this is the game that I'm pegging down for a really boring nil all or a 1-0 victory either way. Even though the Swiss have a lot to play for because I believe they sit on 1 point. If they win, they go on 4.
Yeah.
If they go on 4, then they are in the midst. Even if not second, then they're in the midst for the running
Third
in
place.
that third place का lucky draw जो भी होने वाला है ये tournament में
Lucky.
वैसा वाला scene. So yeah. So despite that, but the Swiss have always been a very boring.
But Ed, again, Turkey not being great, Switzerland, a chance to come in that, the third place position to qualify. So is it one-sided?
I mean, yes, Turkey has been a massive disappointment. I mean, that's an understatement. But with Turkey also, I mean, even in the first game, I think they got a bit unlucky with Wales. They could have won that game, and they absolutely got thumped against Italy. But this one, I still feel that this one Swiss will take it. I think it'll be a 1-0, 1-0 to Switzerland, and I don't think Turkey has anything to offer up front. And a little bit of magic from Shaqiri, and 1-0.
Magic from Shaqiri. Sandesh, do you agree?
Shaqiri, I don't know, man, what people see in him. Turkey, they've been disappointed. I put them as semi-finalists in my predictor also, underdogs, but they've been horrible. They have a 35-year-old striker, but to support him, there's no pace around him. I can see only Cengiz Under who's trying to create, but when he drives the ball, there's no one for him in the box because they're half the time they spend defending and they don't cover the pitch fast. So Turkey have been disappointing, and on the other side, even Switzerland haven't been that great. They played Wales in a 1-1 match, and they had most of the possession, but they didn't create any clear-cut chances. I thought they would. So Switzerland also have been a massive letdown. But Turkey versus Switzerland, I don't know. I feel Turkey might get something because even when they played against Wales, they created a lot of chances. They had like 16 shots. It's just that they weren't clinical enough. And if they add pace around the striker and the midfield is dead. So if they have proper link up there and little bit pass in at least some intensity in the game, I can see a Turkey win. But Switzerland is nothing there.
You know what's going to happen, right? Everyone's going to be watching Italy and Wales, and that's going to be a boring game. Whereas Turkey and Switzerland on the other, somewhere else, they're going to have a banging game where it's 4 or 5 goals are going to go in. Because now teams who have nothing left to lose, they're going to go all out.
Yeah.
Teams who are in the running, they need to go all out. So somewhere the teams are actually in the middle, wherein they can go up or they can go down. They are actually in a bit of a spot. And that's why Turkey, Switzerland, as an outsider, it could be a entertaining game, man. And I have a feeling that we're all going to be watching the wrong one, unfortunately.
Yeah,
watching the last 2 games, I don't think Turkey's going to be entertaining at all. So I really don't think there's any scope of the Turkey game being entertaining.
I want to know one word that describes Shaqiri's career. Like, leave aside the Euros. I want to concentrate on Shaqiri. And I don't know why, but the word confusion comes to my mind because he's gone from Bayern Munich to Stoke City, and now he's gone to Liverpool. So I'm not sure what he wants. But again, the last time they played in a major tournament, he was a different player altogether. Shaqiri had these overheads in him, and he was their game changer. He's not that game changer anymore. And can you blame it on age? Because you still have a Bonucci performing, you still have a Chiellini performing, you still have players at his age doing well. So he's gone from being the X factor to not being the X factor. Whereas then on the other side, you have Cengiz Under, who basically no one can catch him when he reaches the box. So after this little gyan I have given you, Eddie, I want to know what your prediction for this game is.
I still think it's going to be Switzerland 1-0. I don't see Turkey scoring, and comparing Shaqiri with Banucci or Chileni is a tad bit unfair. I mean, because he requires. I mean, he has lost that yard, and to be honest, the defenders don't really need that. So I mean, just putting it out there, yes, he has. It has been a steady decline for him, but he still has that. I'm a United supporter, and I still see that, that little bit in him which can change the game. And I think that's what it's going to be tonight. I think it's going to be him scoring. You
Okay,
can
so
put your
that's
money on it
the
if you have any.
Bold prediction.
second clean sheet. He's put 2 clean sheets in 2 games. Sandesh, what's your prediction for the game?
Correct.
I see a Turkey win. They'll go all out to prove that we can actually play well and we are not that disappointing. So I can see a 2-1 Turkey win.
And Abdullah.
Firstly, Shaqiri is not old. If you're calling him old, then we are bloody grandpa age. Because I just checked, Shaqiri
Well,
is only 29
um,
years.
Talk about yourself.
you. Don't talk about me. Yeah.
Some kid so looks like he has 1 foot in the grave already. And yeah, Shaqiri has had a very weird career. I think one of the best contributions in the recent past is going to be the meme wherein he's standing next to Klopp, and then there's that Keanu Reeves meme wherein Keanu is big and then there's this small. So Shaqiri's he's been bit of a powerhouse kind of a player. International stage पे हमेशा fail किया है, but prediction for tonight's game, I would like some goals to go in. So probably maybe I would go for an underdog 2-1 victory to Turkey.
I like how all of y'all have said Switzerland is strong, Turkey's not performing, and then all of a sudden there is one guy who only gives Switzerland 1 goal and the other 2 are like, okay, Turkey's winning, underdog win. I would like to. What is this? What is this pendulum swinging everywhere? You talk nicely about one team, you give them the win.
Unhelped man, in your presence, we lose all our bearings in the great Rahul Bell's presence.
That's true. Eddie told me off camera that he was waiting for so long to be on the show, and we finally have him.
Hell yeah.
Eddie,
I had to write an email. I was about to say something, but then I remembered Bell saying, Eddie, do not abuse on camera. So, well, I won't. I'll try not to.
I have this mental leash on him sometimes when he has to do these things. But yes, Eddie, thank you for joining us. Abdullah and Sandesh, thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
too.
man.
We hope it's going to be a great game.
Thanks,
Eddie,
Bell.
I know you're a fan of really cute things, so you should go check out our mascot. He looks exactly like you, but his hair is purple. And yes, do not forget to join us every day at 4. And of course, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon, like all must say. Until then, stay safe. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.